a deep and dark and lonely part. Once good and waits for after dark, after dark, after dark, after dark.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to PXW After Dark. I'm good old JR, Jim Ross, and alongside me is always opinionated, always controversial, Vince Russo. Bro, controversial? Me? Come on, JR. I just tell it like it is. And let me tell you, bro, tonight's huge. The main event, bro, Hacksaw Jim Duggan and Dustin Rhodes against two of the best ever to do it. Arn Anderson and Barry Windham, bro. Are you kidding me? The Horsemen are going to show these chumps what real wrestling is all about. It's going to be a barn burner, folks. But let's not waste any time because we've got a big night ahead. Before Ross can continue, out walks J.J. Dillon, the new general manager of PXW. Dressed sharply in a suit and tie, the crowd gives a mixed reaction as he confidently walks to the ring and signals for a microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take a moment to thank you all for being here tonight. It's been an honor to take over as the new general manager of Project X Wrestling, and I can't tell you how excited I am for the next weekend when we put on our first pay-per-view event under my watch, No Holds Barred. The card's shaping up to be one of the greatest in PXW history, and speaking of history, there's one man I can't leave off this card. The former general manager himself, Ted DiBiase. Out walks the $1 Million Man, accompanied by his ever-loyal bodyguard Virgil. DiBiase's grinning ear to ear, but there's a fire in his eyes as he steps into the ring. He calls for a mic. James. You think you're pulling one over on the $1 Million Man? You think you can just push me out of power and get away with it? No. You see, I've been making money in this business longer than you've been playing politics. And if you think I'm just going to roll over and let you run my company into the ground, you've got another thing coming. Bro, he's right. DiBiase built this place, and now this guy Dillon's trying to just shove him out the door like a bum? What kind of respect is that, bro? Ted, I respect everything you've done for this business, but your time in charge is over. I'm not going to let your legacy fade just like that. You want a chance to prove yourself? Fine. Next weekend at No Holds Barred, you're going one-on-one with the Macho Man, Randy Savage. The crowd explodes with cheers as DiBiase's cocky expression quickly turns into a scowl. He starts barking at Dillon, stepping forward menacingly as Virgil moves in behind him. You're making a big mistake, Dillon. You think you can put me in the ring with that lunatic and get rid of me? Ha! If you think I'm walking away without a fight, you're dead wrong. I'm rebuilding the $1 Million Corporation, and mark my words, I will be the PXW World Champion. And maybe Virgil needs to teach you a lesson in respect to the $1 Million Man. Virgil inches closer to Dillon, but before he can do anything, the crowd goes wild as Randy Savage storms down the ramp. DiBiase's eyes widen. He immediately slides out of the ring, leaving Virgil behind. Here comes the Macho Man! And look at DiBiase! He's getting the hell out of Dodge! Bro, he's just being smart. Why waste his energy on this has-been right now when he can take him out next week? Savage slides into the ring and immediately throws a series of stiff jabs at Virgil, who stumbles back before falling to the mat. He quickly rolls out of the ring, scrambling up the ramp to regroup with DiBiase. Hold on there, Virgil. Since you wanted to get physical, how about this? You're not going anywhere. Right now, you're going one-on-one with Randy Savage. Get back in this ring. The crowd erupts as the referee rushes down to ringside. Virgil looks terrified, but the official orders him back into the ring. Well, folks, we got to take a quick commercial break. But when we come back, it looks like we got an impromptu match. Randy Savage versus Virgil. Stay with us. As we come back from commercial break, the referee signals for the bell. Savage wastes no time charging at Virgil, who quickly ducks between the ropes. forcing the referee to back Savage off. The fans boo as Virgil smirks, taunting him before stepping back in. They lock up and Savage immediately overpowers Virgil, shoving him to the mat. Virgil scrambles to his feet, looking stunned as Savage flexes, drawing a huge pop from the crowd. Virgil goes for another lockup, but this time he rakes Savage's eyes, drawing heat from the crowd. The referee warns him, but Virgil takes advantage, laying in cheap shots and backing Savage into the corner. He lays in boots to the midsection before choking Savage with the top rope. The referee counts, and Virgil breaks at 4, raising his hands innocently as DiBiase laughs at ringside. The crowd jeers, but Virgil stays on the attack, whipping Savage into the opposite corner. He charges in, but Savage explodes out with a huge clothesline. Virgil's rocked, stumbling back as Savage fires off with right hands, sending him reeling. Savage hits the ropes and comes back with a running knee lift, knocking Virgil flat. DiBiase immediately jumps onto the apron, screaming at the referee. The momentary distraction allows Virgil to recover, as he sneaks up and blindsides Savage with a forearm to the back of the head. Savage goes down and the fans erupt in boos as Virgil stomps away, taking control. We skip ahead in the action, as Virgil continues his assault, using underhanded tactics to keep Savage down. He distracts the referee long enough for DiBiase to get a cheap shot in, sending Savage crashing to the mat. Virgil goes for a suplex, but Savage blocks it. He counters with a suplex of his own, shifting momentum. Both men are down, but Savage is the first to his feet. He fires up, hitting a big back elbow, followed by a scoop slam. The fans go wild as Savage points to the sky, signaling for the end. He climbs to the top rope, adjusts his elbow pad, and soars through the air with the flying elbow drop. The impact's thunderous. Savage hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. By God! What a flying elbow! Randy Savage pulls off the win, and listen to this place erupt! Bro, this is ridiculous. Virgil had this match in the bag, bro, but no, these moron fans distracted him, and Savage, this showboating hot dog, steals one. Bro, I'm disgusted. Steals one? Are you kidding me? Virgil and DiBiase tried every dirty trick in the book, and it still wasn't enough. Oh, whatever, bro. Savage just got lucky. Mark my words, bro. DiBiase's gonna make sure he pays for this. Well, right now, the only thing that's being paid is Savage's celebration. Folks, we got plenty more action coming your way. Stay tuned. Billy Gunn's music hits as we return, and the crowd erupts as he struts onto the stage. All confidence and attitude, dressed in the signature gear. He soaks in the reaction before making his way to the ring. He slides in, posing on the turnbuckle before hopping down and adjusting his wrist tape. Ready for business. Folks, business is about to pick up here in After Dark. The one and only Billy Gunn is in the house, and from the look on his face, he's got something on his mind. Yeah, bro, I bet he does. Maybe he finally realized what a mistake he's making stepping into the ring with Mr. Wonderful, bro. Maybe he's out here to cancel the match and save himself the embarrassment. A moment later, Jim Ross joins him in the ring, mic in hand, ready to get some answers. Billy, you asked me this time tonight, and I know you've got something important to say. We're just days away from your shot at the $1 Million Championship against Paul Orndorff. What's on your mind? You know, JR, it's real simple. I look at Paul Orndorff, and I see a guy who's been to the top, run with the best, and held gold around his waist. I ain't taking nothing away from the guy, but let me make one thing crystal clear. He ain't me. Now, I know all about guys like him. Guys like the Four Horsemen, guys like Ted DiBiase, who walk around flashing cash, acting like they were better than everybody else. Like money made them untouchable, and they could buy respect, buy championship, buy their way to the top. You're not wrong, Billy. We've seen men like that before, and we know how dangerous they can be. And I'll admit it, I used to think the same way. Thought my attitude, my mouth, and my skills were all I needed. Thought the world owed me something. And then reality smacked me in the face. Or better yet, Hulk Hogan almost knocked me on my damn ass. But that moment, it changed everything. Made me realize something real simple. Money don't make you the best. Championships don't make you the best. These people make you the best. And now, I ain't just fighting for me. I'm fighting for them. Oh, give me a break, bro. This guy thinks he's some kind of hero now? What are you, running for office, bro? Nobody cares about your little redemption story. Mr. Wonderful's gonna wipe the mat with this guy, bro. Oh, that was beautiful. Somebody get this guy a tissue, huh? The crowd immediately starts booing as the Brain, Bobby Heenan, steps onto the stage, microphone in hand, shaking his head in mocking sympathy. You know, Billy, I gotta admit, I almost felt bad for you. Almost. I mean, what a tragic little story. You had it all. The attitude, the arrogance, the swagger, and then what happened? Reality hit you? You had a moment of reflection? Oh, please. Let's get one thing straight, pal. You're walking into the biggest fight of your career against Mr. Wonderful, a man who doesn't lose to guys like you. And you want to stand here talking about how you're fighting for the people now? Well, let me tell you something, Billy. You should be worried about something else. Like how much penicillin it's going to take to clean you up after all the places you've been lately. Yeah. Real funny, Bobby. Look at you, standing up there talking trash, but too scared to walk down this ramp and say it to my face. Typical. See, that's the thing about guys like you. You talk a big game. You run your mouth about how tough you are. When it comes time to back it up, you ain't got the guts. And you know what? I want you to keep talking, Heenan. Keep making your little jokes. Because after I whoop Paul Orndorff and I take the $1 million championship, I want you to explain to him how Mr. Ass just became Mr. Champion. The crowd erupts as Heenan scowls, clearly flustered. He glares at Billy for a moment before turning on his heel and storming to the back. The fans laugh and cheer as Billy Gunn smirks, tossing the mic aside and climbing the turnbuckle to pose. Listen to this crowd! Billy Gunn just shut Bobby Heenan up, and if I were Paul Orndorff, I'll be taking this challenge very seriously! Bro, are you kidding me? You didn't just let him have that one, bro. But come match time, Billy Gunn's gonna get a reality check real fast, bro. We cut to commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, already in the ring, the Zodiac. The crowd gives a lukewarm reaction to the Zodiac. And his opponent, from Parma, Ohio, weighing in at 220 pounds, The Miz! The audience shifts into a mixed reaction as a conky young superstar struts onto the stage. The Miz saunters down the aisle in his signature Chick Magnet t-shirt, sunglasses on, hair perfectly gelled, jawing with the crowd as he points to himself, grinning like he's the biggest thing to ever step into a PXW ring. He climbs the ropes, throws his arms out wide, and soaks in the boos as if they're cheers, yelling, "I'm awesome, baby!" before casually dropping down into the ring. Well, folks, this is the PXW debut of The Miz, and you want to talk about someone who's got an ego the size of Texas? Vince, I think we found him. Bro, listen, the guy's a star, okay? The charisma, the style, the presence. He's a natural, bro. These people just don't appreciate greatness. He's a chick magnet, JR. I mean, bro, you ever seen a guy look this good in his debut? He hasn't even wrestled a match yet, Vince. Doesn't matter, bro. This is a guy who's already bigger than PXW. He's going to be a big deal. The bell rings and the match begins. The action unfolds in the ring. The Miz immediately toys with the Zodiac, taking every opportunity to preen for the crowd, flex, and bask in his own arrogance. Zodiac gets a small comeback, but the Miz quickly shuts him down with a cheap shot behind the referee's back. The Miz executes a few flashy moves, always making sure to pose after each one. Zodiac takes some offense, but is ultimately overwhelmed. We skip ahead and the Miz arrogantly slaps Zodiac around, taunting him before hitting a brutal Wizard of Oz spinning neckbreaker. He covers Zodiac with one hand, grinning for the camera, and the ref counts. 1, 2, 3. Here is your winner, The Miz! The Miz stands up, arms outstretched, basking in his self-perceived glory as the crowd showers him with boos. He rips off his chick magnet shirt and throws it at a fan in the front row before hopping onto the second row, blowing a kiss to the audience. Well, I'll be damned! What an arrogant, self-absorbed, insufferable... Bro, what an athlete! JR, I told you. This kid's the future. Look at him, bro. Natural charisma, a winner's attitude, and the ability to back it up. This is what PXW needs, JR. Oh, give me a break. You wrestled a guy who had about as much fight in him as a three-legged mule. And look at this. Miz is still celebrating like he just won the Super Bowl. Because he did, bro. He won. That's what winners do, JR. Maybe if these fans actually got behind him instead of booing like a bunch of jealous mocks, they'd realize they're looking at the next big thing. Well, I don't know about that, Vince, but what I do know is that we got more action coming up, folks. Stick around, because later tonight, we got some Divas action. Stay with us. The crowd erupts as Jake Roberts, dressed in a leather vest with a snakeskin patterned shirt, stands front and center with his signature smirk on the set of the Snake Pit. You know, they say in this business, only the strong survive. But sometimes the one who thinks they're strong, they're just waiting to be eaten alive by the real predators. And speaking of, my guest tonight, a couple of fellas who think they've got the bite, but in reality, they're just waiting to be swallowed whole. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chain Gang. The crowd pops as John Cena, K-Quick, and K-Dog step onto the stage, draped in their signature streetwear. They throw up the Chain Gang hand sign as the audience cheers. Cena adjusts his chain and cap before giving a glance at the snake enclosure, shaking his head in mild disgust. Look at you three, standing here like you got a shot next week at No Holds Barred. Like you really believe you can walk into the ring against the Sons of Samoa and leave in one piece. You ever watch a snake devour its prey? It's slow, painful, inevitable. Just like what's going to happen to you boys. Yo, you done, old man? Because we ain't about to stand there and let some washed-up, whiskey-breath serpent whisperer talk down to us like we ain't been grinding for this shot. 2 weeks ago, my boys ran through the competition. They stepped up, took that W, and now we're looking at the biggest opportunity of our careers. But you're sitting here acting like we just some baby snakes that ain't got no venom. Nah, bruh, we're rattlers, and when we strike, it's lights out. No anti-venom, no second chances. That's so, kid. You ever been in the ring with the Sons of Samoa? You ever stood across from two men who don't just want to beat you? They want to break you. They want to hear a bone snap. They want to feel your breath leave your body. And they want to do it in front of the whole damn world. You got heart, Cena. But heart don't stop Samoan fish from caving in your skull. Man, you trying to tell us something we don't already know? We know the Sons of Samoa ain't playing games. But guess what? Neither are we. We stepped up when nobody thought we could. And we damn sure ain't gonna stop now. I didn't come back to PXW to be a loser. I came back to become a 2-time tag team champion. Yo, Snake Man, we ain't here to listen to your bedtime story, Holmes. We here to let you and the world know. Next week, No Holds Barred, the Chain Gang's coming strapped, locked, and loaded. We ain't getting eaten. We taking over, I say. And you, Cena, I hear you're flying solo now that your boy PNU's got his ticket punched at Wrestle Rave. Must be real lonely out there, huh? You sure you even belong on this stage? Or you just riding coattails, hoping K-Quick and K-Dog do the heavy lifting? Yo, old man, you trying to test me? You trying to say John Cena ain't got what it takes? Let me break it down real simple. Next week battle, we come to fight. 2 Samoan giants, but we bring in the might. Chain Gang soldiers, we never back down. Samoan fools, about to lose their crown. Big fish fly, but we drop them quick. Come from the gutter, now we too damn slick. Snake talking sideways, trying to shake my pride. But we taking gold, so step aside. K-Dog and K-Quick hype it up, throwing in some yeah and what ad-libs like classic hype men. The crowd eats it up, chanting, Chain Gang! Chain Gang! Roberts, unimpressed, shakes his head, adjusting the microphone back into his hands. Cute, kid. Real cute. But next week, you ain't going to be spitting rhymes. You're going to be spitting blood. And if you think for 1 second I'm wrong, well, you'll find out soon enough just how right I always am. Roberts sneers before stepping away, running his hands over the glass of the snake enclosure, leaving the Chain Gang standing tall as their theme music hits. The fans cheer loudly as the 3 men throw up the Chain Gang sign one last time before exiting the stage. The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall. Introducing first from Atlanta, Georgia, Tigress! The audience gives her a lukewarm reaction. Alexa Lurie's music hits and the crowd comes alive. She storms onto the stage, fired up, slapping hands with fans as she makes her way to the ring. And her opponent, from Richmond, Virginia, Alexa Lurie! The bell rings. The match begins with Alexa Lurie taking the early advantage, using her speed and technical ability to keep Tigress off balance. Tigress gets a brief moment to show off, landing a cheap shot to take control. But Alexis quickly battles back. The group rallies behind her as she gains momentum. The match builds to its climax, where Alexis nails a beautiful tornado DDT and follows up with a top rope moonsault. She covers for the pin. The ref counts. 1, 2, 3. Here is your winner, Alexis Lurie! The crowd pops as Alexis celebrates her victory, standing tall while Tigress rolls out of the ring, clutching her head in disappointment. What a win for Alexis Lurie! This young woman continues to impress, and the fans are behind her every step of the way! Oh, will you stop, JR? Bro, this is a joke. Tigress got robbed. She was distracted. I saw it. The ref didn't call it, huh? The ref's out here letting Alexis do whatever she wants. This company's got a conspiracy against true stars, bro. I'm telling you. Are you serious right now, Vince? Congress lost fair and square. Alexis Lurie picked an impressive win, and she deserves credit. Credit for what, JR? Beating someone who wasn't ready? This is the problem with wrestling today, bro. You let a little girl with a lucky moonsault get all the hype, and meanwhile, a true athlete like Tigress gets pushed aside. It's a disgrace, bro. Well, you might think so, but these fans don't agree, and neither do I. Folks, we'll be right back with more After Dark. The scene opens inside the VIP room, and the APA have set up shop for a high-stakes poker game. Smoke lingers in the air, the faint scent of cigars mixed with top-shelf whiskey. The sounds of shuffling cards and laughter echoes through the room as scantily clad strippers move about, catering to the players. At the head of the table sit Bradshaw and Farouk. Both lean back, enjoying their cigars as they collect a few stacks of cash. The legendary enforcer duo aren't just playing, they're dominating. Marty, the former host of the infamous Marty Party, scurries around in the background, tending to drinks and making sure the atmosphere remains just right. But behind the nervous smile, it's clear. He's overwhelmed. The APA's presence changes the entire vibe. What was once his personal party room is now a gambling den for two of the toughest guys in the business. Suddenly, the door swings open, and two young guys in flashy club attire stroll in like they own the place. They look around, nodding at each other before walking up to Marty. Yo, this the Marty Party? Heard this was a spot. We're here to get in on the action, man. Listen, fellas, the Marty Party's kinda on hiatus. Private event tonight. Invite only, you know? Best if you fellas had another spot. Oh, come on, man. We gotta have room for two more. We'll buy a couple drinks, tip the ladies. We ain't here to cause trouble. Yeah, man, we're VIPs everywhere we go. You don't know who we are? Marty shakes his head. You really gonna turn us away? Thought this was a party, bro. The APA, who have been half listening while keeping their focus on their poker hands, suddenly exchange a look. Farouk exhales a deep sigh and sets his cards down. Man, I really hate getting up from a good poker hand. Bradshaw slams his cards down on the table and pushes his chair back. Ain't that the damn truth? Two strangers turn just in time to see Bradshaw and Farouk standing up and walking toward them. The mood in the room shifts instantly. Whoa, hey, no need to... Bradshaw doesn't even let him finish. He grabs the guy by the collar and hurls him across the room, sending him crashing into a table full of drinks. The woman at the table screams as glass shatters everywhere. The second guy tries to backpedal, but Farouk steps up and blasts him with a stiff right hand. The guy staggers backwards, dazed. Bradshaw yanks the first guy up by the back of his shirt and launches him over the poker table, sending stacks of money and playing cards flying. The guy tumbles onto the floor, groaning in pain. Farouk grabs the second guy by the waistband and the collar, walks him to the door, and straight up flings him through it, sending him skidding across the club floor outside the VIP room. Bradshaw cracks his knuckles and looks over at Marty, who's standing there, absolutely stunned. Put a damn close sign on the door, Marty! Marty stammers, looking around at the destroyed tables, the spilled drinks, and the battered bodies of the two guys groaning on the floor outside the VIP room. But, I mean, technically, it's... Bradshaw raises an eyebrow. Marty gulps. Yeah, oh, okay, I'll get the sign. Marty quickly scurries away as Bradshaw and Farouk casually sit back down at the poker table, completely unfazed by the destruction they just caused. Farouk reaches for his cards and takes a puff of his cigar. Damn! Gentlemen, it is now time for the main event of the evening. The contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. The crowd immediately erupts into boos. Windham steps out, smugly leading his team down the aisle. Barry Windham and Arn Anderson follow closely behind, both looking at all business. Windham, the towering powerhouse, sneers at the crowd while Anderson walks with his signature horseman confidence, cracking his knuckles as he approaches the ring. Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by the Brain Bobby Heenan, representing the Four Horsemen. At a combined weight of 502 pounds, the team of Barry Windham and the enforcer, Arn Anderson, the Four Horsemen. The jeers rained down. The horsemen couldn't care less, excited to the ring, nodding at each other and sharing a few words with Heenan, a gesture with his hand, giving a last-minute strategy. Windham raises a fist in defiance, while Anderson glares into the hard kick, unshaken by the hostile crowd. The mood shifts instantly as the crowd erupts in cheers. And their opponents, weighing in a combined weight of 519 pounds, the team of Dustin, Rhodes, and Hacksaw, Jim Duggan! Duggan storms through the curtain, holding an American flag high, leading the way as Dustin Rhodes steps out beside him, nodding to the fans. Duggan lets out a loud, "Ho!" as the crowd chants along. Rhodes slaps hands with the front row. The energy in the room is electric as they roll into the ring, standing tall against the horsemen opponents. four men stare each other down in the center of the ring. Folks, we're in for a bar burner here tonight. This is old school, smash mouth, tag team wrestling at its finest. Yeah, bro. Whatever you say. But let me tell you, these so-called good guys, Hacksaw and Rhodes, they ain't horseman material, bro. They don't got the smarts, the skills, or the class that Windham and Anderson got. This is going to be a straight-up big beatdown. We'll find out soon enough. Don't go anywhere. This main event starts after our last commercial break. We return from commercial with the bell ringing as Dustin, Rhodes, and Arn Anderson start the match off, circling each other cautiously before locking up. Anderson quickly takes control with a headlock, wrenching it in before Rhodes shoves him off into the ropes. Anderson rebounds and Rhodes drops down, then pops up with a deep arm drag. Anderson scrambles to his feet, only to eat another arm drag. Frustrated, Arn slaps the mat and slowly gets back to his feet, nodding. They lock up, and this time Arn shifts his weight, grabbing a wrist lock and transitioning into a hammerlock. Rhodes tries to twist out, but Arn yanks him into a hard forearm to the back of the head before tagging in Windham. We skip ahead in the action. Quick tags between Windham and Anderson keep Rhodes isolated as they methodically pick him apart. For several minutes, Rhodes takes a brutal beating. Every time he tries to fight back, the numbers game shuts him down. Finally, after a missed double-team move, he crawls to his corner. Duggan stretches out his hand, reaching. Closer. Tag! The crowd erupts as Duggan storms into the ring, laying out Windham with a huge clothesline. Anderson rushes in. Bam! Another clothesline. Duggan's on fire, leveling the Horseman left and right. He hits the ropes and blasts Windham with a running football tackle. Cover. 1, 2, no! Anderson breaks it up. All four men are in the ring now. Chaos breaking loose as the ref tries to regain control. Duggan and Windham brawl. Rhodes and Anderson trade shots until Bobby Heenan jumps onto the apron. The crowd boos loudly as he waves his arms, shouting at the ref. The Mirage VIP room goes nuts as the referee ejects Heenan from ringside. The Brain throws a fit, screaming as security forces him up the ramp. With the ref distracted, Windham drops Rhodes with a chair and then joins Anderson to double-team Duggan. Flair and Orndorff run out from the back to join in on the assault and make sure they have the numbers advantage. The crowd boos wildly as the Horsemen pummel Windham and Duggan. The referee calls for the bell as the assault continues. Suddenly, Lex Luger rushes out from the back with a steel chair in hand. The Horsemen retreat from the ring as Luger enters, swinging the chair wildly. Thank God for Lex Luger coming out to make the save! Thank God! Bro, Luger's just lucky the Horsemen already proven their point with him. I'm sure he'd be next on their list if they didn't kick his ass already. Please, Vince, Luger isn't the target. He's targeting the Horsemen, and I'm sure they'll have to answer to him at some point. Folks, we're out of time, but make sure you tune in next week. 2 nights before No Holds Barred, The Godfather will defend the King of the Night Championship against Brutus Beefcake in our main event. Until then, for Vince Russo, I'm Jim Ross. We'll see you next week, only after dark.